So check this out. This is the Canon Rebel T7, and as far as I understand, this is the best-selling camera in America. And I'm not saying this is the best camera in America, because it's probably far from it, but best-selling, is it any good? Or are people just going to Best Buy and asking the workers, what camera should I get? And they go, this has a lot of megapixels, buy this one. I don't know. 24 megapixel APS-C sensor with a EF mount. So this thing has some potential, and an entry-level price of $399. That's pretty good. $399. I mean, that's the price of a GoPro right now. So I want to take this out for a little spin and see, is this actually a pretty good option for an entry-level photographer or someone getting into video, or does it just look more professional? Is that why so many people are buying this camera? To get started, I'm just gonna leave this camera on fully automatic. I'm gonna take some photos, I'm gonna shoot some video, and Carrie actually just got a brand new motorcycle and we get to go pick it up today, so I'm gonna take this with us. Let's go.
How's it like driving with one arm?
It sucks. Well, it's not that bad, it's just parallel parking sucks, because I gotta reverse and use a hand.
Voila.
This is dope, right?
Dang.
Do you believe this is Carrie's bike?
No,
that thing looks cool.
I cannot believe it.
It is so hard to put on a helmet with one arm. Oh, Carrie's gonna have so much fun on this bike. I'm kind of jealous. For those of you who are wondering, I'm not allowed to really use my left arm yet, but I'm allowed to squeeze as hard as I can. It's all I really need to do on the motorcycle is just squeeze in that clutch a bunch of times. Really, this is just physical therapy for my hand and getting my grip back. So this is what the doctor recommended. This is for you.
Good. How was the ride?
It was so good. You're gonna love this bike.
Oh my god! I'm so excited.
Let me just start off by saying this. I myself would never ever buy this camera. Not because it's a bad camera or anything like that. It's just that for me personally, video is my priority. I shoot video most of the time and occasionally take a few photos. This camera is clearly designed for photography as the priority. And yeah, you can shoot pretty decent video with this, but it is lacking a lot of the video features. Not even a microphone input jack, and also no dual pixel autofocus. So during video, if you try to do autofocus, it does this whole weird shuttery glitchy thing. I would never use the autofocus with video on this camera. And even simple things like no built-in time lapse. So if you want to shoot a time lapse, you have to just record it and speed it up in post, or get an external intervalometer. One of the dogs farted. It smells so bad in here. I can't do this. Hold on. That was a bad one. What'd you guys eat? But yeah, the Canon T7i and the Canon M50, they are gonna cost a bit more than this T7, but if video is your focus, it's worth every penny, because all those features I was just complaining about, those cameras have. What I think is great about this camera is that it's a great gateway camera to getting into professional cameras. When I got my first DSLR, I was just taking pictures. I was like, oh, these are coming out okay, but then I slowly started learning, oh, this is ISO. Oh, if I change the white balance, the colors start to shift a little bit. And what's this lens do? What's that lens do? So now let me dial in my settings to where I like to have it. I'm going to pop it into manual mode. Let's take it out and see what it's really capable of once you start putting a little bit of attention on it. I'll also try out some other lenses, and remember, lenses don't have to be expensive. I mean, this lens right here, I think I got it for like 42 bucks new. It's a 50mm f1.8. So let's take these out and see really what is this camera capable of. Let's go. My gosh, that felt so much better to just put it into manual and control every aspect of the camera, experiment with a few other lenses, and once you get some powerful lenses for this camera, you can actually do a lot with it. A lot of times I would rather have a cheaper camera with some good glass behind it opposed to having a much more expensive camera with whatever lens on it. I mean, this one's the Sigma 18-35 f1.8, so that works really well on a APS-C size sensors. Yes, this lens costs more than the camera itself, but something that you could eventually work up to. By the way, if you are confused about how to manually set up a camera, you're tired of just shooting auto, I have a full-on course, link in description. You know what camera this really reminds me of is the Canon T2i, which I got a while ago, I think over 10 years ago, and I cleared out my bank account. It was like 850 bucks. I started getting paid decent amounts of money to shoot on that camera, and it was really a huge stepping stone in my career to have that T2i. And again, this has a lot of the same features that did. You know, I was using manual focus back then. I'd hook up little monitors and stuff to it. So in that sense, this is an awesome camera. It reminds me a lot of that, but the only reason why I don't recommend it now is because there's so much more technology available now for just a little bit more money. So let's say I was someone that was just getting into photography, then this starts to look a lot more appealing. Even if you don't know what you're doing with this camera, you put it into auto mode and just snap away at a few pictures, and it's auto setting. So, you know, sometimes the photos are gonna come out kind of blurry. The camera's just guessing at these settings, but sometimes you might surprise yourself and be like, whoa, this actually looks pretty decent. Look, everybody, look at this picture I took. It's very great, right? And everyone's like, yeah, that's slightly above mediocre, so that's cool. So I bet that's why this camera is so popular. And for $399, you also get this very okay lens. It's an 18 to 55. It's nothing special, but has image stabilization. If you put a nice lens on here and shoot in RAW, this thing is a beast of a camera. My only complaint would really be the autofocus. It's not a very advanced form of autofocus. Once you start shooting with better autofocus, then you get kind of spoiled, but you could definitely work with this camera. And another thing to note is that these have a very good resale value. I mean, you could get this new for $399, and then you could use the crap out of it for a while, and then probably still get almost 300 bucks for it. So you won't be down that much, because these things are pretty solid and reliable. So if you're just experimenting, or you decide to upgrade later down the line, you could always use it, throw it up on eBay, and get a majority of your money back. So let's sum everything up. If you're a video guy, just look at the T7i or M50 if you can swing that. But if you already have this camera and you want to get more into video, you could definitely work this. It's just going to take a little bit more work with the manual focus, no options for external microphones, and no flippy screen. And if you're getting into photography, this thing is awesome because you pull it out of the box and you can immediately start taking decent pictures. And as you evolve and you get better with your skills, you could really get some professional looking stuff out of this thing. So considering its price and availability, it's awesome. Like anytime you go into an electronics store like a Best Buy or even Costco, this thing's always just sitting there front and center looking at you. Anyways, let's wrap this up by reading a few comments from my last video, which was all about frame rates. When should you shoot 24, 30, 25, 60, 120? It's also secretly a giant commercial for my video course, but I'm not supposed to tell you guys that. Oops. Marcus says shooting at 30 frames per second, playback at 24 frames per second to get the "is this slow-mo" vibe is definitely a pro tip. If you have no idea what he's talking about, definitely go check out my last video. Steve Hansen says, if you watch Potato Jet's video at 75% speed, he seems really drunk and I can't stop laughing.
I need this to be cinematic.
You guys notice like the weirdest things? I swear, every time I upload a video to YouTube, I'm terrified of what weird things you guys will discover. You look like the guy from Blink. I forced myself not to say it. I'm gonna assume you mean the guy from La La Land, you know, Ryan Gosling. I get that all the time. It gets a little old, honestly. Hey man, are you Ryan Gosling? No, I'm not Canadian. Do I say eh after every phrase? Like, this is a pretty good camera, eh? John says, thank you, Mr. Vong. Okay, I don't know if he's trolling me or not, but I'm not Jason Vong, okay? If you don't know who Jason Vong is, he's also a YouTuber about cameras. And apparently a ton of people mix us up. But don't mistake my evil twin for the, maybe I'm the evil one? Maybe he's the good, or he's the evil. I'm gonna make him the bad guy. He's the evil one. Anyways, I think it's time to end this video, eh?